You know, all around the world, there's this quiet revolution happening. It's all about the science of turning stuff we just throw away into things we actually, really value. So today, let's dive into how we get from waste to wealth. Okay, so just take a look at this. On one hand, you've got this pile of used plastic bottles. I mean, it's pretty much the symbol of our throwaway culture, right? But then, on the other hand, you see this, something elegant, desirable, and totally sustainable. The journey from that to this, well, it's all powered by some pretty incredible innovation.
So this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? How in the world is science actually turning trash into treasure? Well, let's find out.
Okay, to really get this, we first have to completely change how we think about waste. It's not the end of the line for a product anymore, it's the beginning of a whole new resource.
And here's the key idea. We're starting to see that waste is really just a resource in the wrong place. Think about it. From plastic bottles to metal scraps, this stuff isn't an endpoint. Nope, it's the raw material, the feedstock for the next wave of products. So to make this super clear, let's zoom in and follow the journey of something we all see every single day, the humble plastic bottle.
You know that clear plastic bottle you probably have in your fridge? Well, it's most likely made of something called PET. And yeah, that stands for polyethylene terephthalate. You don't need to remember that. But what you should know is that it's popular for a reason. It's strong, it's light, and that little number 1 recycling symbol, that's basically telling you it was born for a second life.
Now, it's easy to think recycling is just, melting plastic down and making something new. But the real process is way more sophisticated. Of course, it gets collected, sorted, ground up into flakes, and washed. But the real magic happens at step 4, repolymerization. Seriously, think of it like rebuilding the plastic's molecular skeleton to give it its strength back. This is the step that turns old brittle plastic back into a top-notch material that's ready to be made into brand new pellets.
But yeah, like I said, making recycled plastic truly useful, it's not just about melting it. And this is where things get really interesting from a science perspective. So, here's the main hurdle scientists have to clear. Brand new plastic, what they call virgin PET, is super consistent. Its performance is predictable, but recycled PET, or rPET, can have tiny impurities, and its molecular structure can get a little weaker after being used. So the whole scientific challenge is to beef up that recycled version so it performs every bit as good as the original.
So, how do they even know if the recycled plastic is up to snuff? Well, they use these really advanced machines, like the one you see here. You can think of it as a high-tech stress test for melted plastic. It measures its flow, its strength, basically everything they need to know to guarantee it's ready for its new life and can perform just as well as brand new material.
And scientists are getting really clever. They use techniques like something called heat setting to push the boundaries of what recycled plastic can do. This process basically makes the material more stable at high temperatures. Why does that matter? Well, it means it can now be used for things like hot-filled beverage containers, which was a total no-go for recycled PET in the past. Okay, so let's zoom back out for a second. This whole waste as a resource idea, it goes way beyond just plastic bottles. In fact, it's starting to completely reshape our idea of what's actually valuable, and it's even creating a whole new kind of luxury. And guess who's driving this whole shift? We are. I mean, just look at these numbers. In only 5 years, the amount of US consumers who said ethical sourcing was important when buying jewelry, it jumped from about half to nearly 80%. That is a massive change in what people want.
And you see this exact same thinking in the world of high fashion. This quote really nails it. The new cutting edge of luxury isn't about expensive raw materials anymore. It's about the creativity to transform things that were overlooked. It's about totally redefining what prosperity even means.
And that same exact philosophy is taking hold in the jewelry industry. It's making us all step back and ask, what does precious even mean anymore? Is it just about something rare that you dig out of the ground? Or is it about how something is created, responsibly and with ingenuity? And believe me, the market is responding in a huge way. Take lab-grown diamonds. They're now a majority of the US market for 1-carat rings because 70% of millennials prefer them for ethical reasons. And recycled gold? It's not some niche thing anymore, it's basically becoming the industry standard. Plus, people want proof. Almost 2/3 of consumers are demanding things like blockchain to actually verify where their stuff came from.
And just to be clear, this isn't some small niche trend. We're talking about a massive economic engine. The sustainable jewelry market is projected to more than double in value, hitting nearly $62 billion by 2032.
That's some serious money. So whether we're talking about a plastic bottle or a diamond ring, all these different innovations, they're all pointing in the exact same direction, towards a future that is circular.
This is all part of a much bigger idea called the circular economy. The whole point is to break away from that old linear model of take, make, and then waste. The new goal is to design things right from the very beginning so that their materials can just be used over and over and over again, basically turning disposable stuff into long-term assets.
And I think this brings us to the most powerful takeaway. When you look at everything from a simple water bottle all the way to a piece of fine jewelry, the lesson is the same. We don't have to choose anymore. Prosperity and sustainability, they are not mutually exclusive.
Ultimately, what we're seeing is a complete change in how we even define value. It's shifting away from just what you have, the raw material, and it's becoming all about what you can create with ingenuity and responsibility.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. We live in a world now where a plastic bottle can become a building block for something new, where old metal can be turned into a luxury good. So the question is, what waste in your world is just waiting for you to redefine?